Hello, and welcome to another AASHTOWare project tutorial video. In this tutorial, we will be discussing construction stockpiles. A construction stockpile is a payment advance to the contractor to store or purchase material in bulk quantity. The percentage paid for each type of stockpile and the storage location is outlined in the standard specifications. This initial payment is recovered on each estimate when the contract item is installed and paid for through item adjustments. Before the end of the contract, the item is to be paid in full and the stockpile balance should be zero. Roles that can create a construction stockpile are: Project Engineer, Assistant Resident Construction Engineer, Resident Construction Engineer. To add a construction stockpile, ensure your active role has permissions to create a construction stockpile and you have contract authority for the contract. From the home screen, click the Contract Progress link. Locate the contract that requires a construction stockpile and click the contract link. Click the Construction Stockpile Quick link. Click the Component Action menu and select Add. Select an item code. Enter a description for the construction stockpile. Enter the item recovery percentage. This field determines how fast the system recovers the stockpile initial payment as items are installed. When the entered percentage matches the percentage of the item installed, the stockpile balance will be zero. It is recommended to not set this percentage at 100 as an item underrun would mean that the contractor owes money at the end of the contract. Enter a recovery date. This date is when the system starts to recover the stockpile balance when DWR postings are created. This is typically the current date, but it could be set to a future date. When finished, click Save. The stockpile will automatically open a transaction record for entry. Enter information in as many fields as possible. Since this stockpile was just created, the transaction type should be set to Stockpile Initial Payment. The project distribution section details the stockpile payment. For the item, select the correct project and category. For the invoice amount, enter the invoice amount supplied by the contractor. Enter the actual pay amount. This will be the initial stockpile payment. This amount should be based upon standard specifications, partial payment for materials. If multiple projects utilize the stockpiled material, split the entries across project categories accordingly. When finished, click Save. Once the stockpile is created, the initial stockpile payment will be issued to the contractor on the next estimate. After the recovery date, when the associated stockpiled item is installed, there will be a negative stockpile item adjustment on the payment estimate. If additional quantities of the same stockpiled material need to be entered, do not create an additional stockpile. The original stockpile must be replenished. Click New under the transaction type. Fill in the required information as previously entered. Set the transaction type to Stockpile Adjustment. Click Save. A transaction can be deleted if it is not yet included in a payment estimate. Click the Row Action menu, select Delete, and Save. if needed. A stockpile can be closed once it has been included in a payment estimate. To manually close a stockpile, create a new transaction. Set the transaction type to stockpile closure. Enter a negative amount to remove the remaining stockpile balance. And save. Click the Component Action menu and select Close Stockpile. From the Construction Stockpile overview, a construction stockpile can be deleted if it is not included in a payment estimate. Select the Row Action menu. Click Delete. And save. A stockpile summary report can be located from within the stockpile record. Click on the Component Action menu and select Stockpile Summary Report. This concludes this tutorial. If you have any questions about stockpiles, please contact the AASHTOWare project administrator. Have a good day.